Greetings everyone, please go mode to make sure everything's set on up. Looks like everything's going online. Yep, everything's online. Give me a moment to activate the chat windows. And everything should be good to go there. The stream over here, and give me a moment to check my other computer. It looks like everything's good to go. So let's try to find a replay. Avoid the custom maps because of the issues of me unable to download the custom maps for some odd reason. These replays maybe a little bit too old. I may have looked over them. Let's go on to the next player. There we go. Avoid the customs team. Yep. So may have done this one. Hard to say. They're from the previous week as well. On to the next player. Here we go. And 19th, yeah, that's 2 days ago. And let's get started. I had a drink nearby. Let me grab a drink. Just a drink because I got no sleep last night. Greetings everyone, and Grade here for another Age of Empires 4 replay. Spawn bottom left side is the magenta Ottoman, we got Liquid Demu. Spawn top right side is the orange Holy Roman Empire, we got L. Louis MT. This map is a very close distance there. My apologies, you may hear my drink opening on up. Additionally, there's also the initial free, how to put it, merchant camps here to get a little bit of gold generation. 25 gold per minute, if I remember correctly. No, it's 15 of each resource, is not too bad. Barring stone, which probably the Ottoman player would definitely want to get. But we do have now spearmen being employed in the fields, keeping this area very well secure. And rather than using a military academy, get them very well secure that way. Both sides should probably eye for relatively early stone walls here as soon as they can. Of course, that is an H2 structure. There's plenty of stone back here as well, so I think the Ottoman player should eye for some stone walls as well as get his military academies up and going. There is a decent amount of gold here and here. There's a lot of resources on the map, but the very short rush distance between the two capitals is quite significant. Got the Aachen Chapel being employed in the field. Aachen Chapel does provide plus 15, not 15, 40% collection rate around the entire structure, as long as it present garrison on the inside, which is very, very significant. Also going to be next to the gold deposit, getting a lot of extra gold. This is a small gold deposit though. That is a 1,600 gold deposit. That's a pretty small one there, so that'd be rapidly consumed. Maybe we're going to try a faster castle. And with this short distance, I don't know if a fast castle is a good idea. Magenta is gone for a heavy number of spearmen in the field. He's going for the local doggos. I forgot about that this aspect of the game. If you kill off the wolf den, it gives you 150 gold. And you'll get a handful of doggos there. One to grab the pointy sticks that they're carrying. Throw them the stick and they'll be very nice and happy. Look up and drawing these wolves around. It looks like it does get it set ablaze. Got a nice quick 150 gold there. Get enough gold to age on up. Which is going for Twin Minaret Metaris. Aachen Chapel here. And looks like Orange is not going for a decent amount of wood. So maybe it's going for a rush. We do have a barracks on the field. But honestly, let's see, the faster resource collection is very strong for rushes. As well as the Minwork Palace gives access to cheaper blacksmith upgrades and can be incredibly powerful as well. Particularly for the fact that he also has access to Age 2 mana arms, which are some of the best units in the game. There's nothing much the Optimus could really do to hard counter it other than Spahi, and that's not even a hard counter. But it looks like Magenta is playing the looting the wolves there, making sure their pups can no longer go to Kulig. Oh, in this case, he's Ottoman, so Madrasa, how do you pronounce the Islamic universities? Masadra? Huh, it says university. I thought they had the Ottoman name for it. Maybe I'm going crazy. I could have sworn it was the other name for the Ottomans. Got a decent number of spearmen and archers there. Do you have now the Hardened Spearmen? Holy Roman Empire player can of course go for his feudal age man-arms, incredibly powerful unit in this age. Though this force does have the heightened movement speed thanks to 3 marching drills. And he can decapture this while there are structures nearby. I don't know why I thought it possibly couldn't decapture it. No Hardened Spearman up. Oh no, we do have the Hardened Spearman upgrade for the Ottoman player. For his first Vizier point, he has gone for Anatolian Hill, get him 10 sheeple, as well as improved mining rate. Archers picks off a sheep, 2 sheep down, 3 sheep down, and 4 sheep down. We do have now blacksmith being established there. Won't provide too much of an ore benefit because it's not too much building terrain up there. So interesting spot for a blacksmith. No basic walls here just yet. We do have some basic walls here. Got the barracks being torched on down. House is already burned down to the ground. He's a bit of a homewrecker. And now we do have a military academy here and here. So there's his 2 military academies in the field. Of course, can get the 3 this age if he goes for the 0 point for increasing the capacity. Can't say exactly what he should invest his next 0 point into. Now actually finally collect up gold from his natural 1,600 gold deposit. Tiny gold deposit. Orange has also obtained both of these merchant guilds, effectively giving 1 additional villager worth of income. +1 damage now on the way. And wheelbarrow has been established. No Metra to support out this force. A Metra would be a pretty good force multiplier. He does have 1 to build a queue. 1, it's from the military school. Does decapture the abandoned observation post. Of course, it was abandoned by his opponent, hence the name Abandoned Outpost. We got survival techniques now being researched by Orange. And this will be captured up by Orange. I forgot that the model there does not change color. It's just a neutral, indestructible, untargetable entity. Overall, mass archers seem like a good composition for both sides. Spearmen would be good against the opponent's cavalry if they ever deployed out any. Ottoman player does have a meter on the field, providing him +1 range armor, very nice. Does have his blacksmith upgrade as well, or not yet. Being upgraded now. Orange has +1 damage, Magenta has +1 damage, both going for +1 range armor. And now we've got the Sipahi moving down south as well. One Sipahi won't matter all too much. He has 5 villagers on the buried deposits. I think usually 4 is magic number. Maybe, not sure. Magenta's now advances way forward. No siege engineers. And not too many spearmen for torches. Regni's Cathedral not being blown field. Orange will be eyeing to get out a good enough, or try to grab those relics. This may be a good actually possibility of stone walls as possible deployment item, or not stone walls, stone towers. They will complement those stone walls. And Magenta's option forward. 5 without the first upgrade is enough at 0 bears. Ah, got it. Wait. I thought the... Okay, it does not apply to me. It does apply to berries. Got it. Thanks. Just most of the time, I guess most part of the game, you generally just have to use 4 villagers. Oh, we got the first, second Vizier point. And it does go from +1 military campus. That's base is stable. The only time we get a good number of these is if you go for the Istanbul Imperial Academy, or whatever it's called, Imperial Palace, where increase the number of max Vizier points from 5 to 9, right? Or was it 8? Which actually makes it actually a pretty nice landmark if you want to get a lot of good benefits here. Primarily if you want to get a lot of passive buffs such as siege crews and trade bags. Can't get both of those. Oh, no, I suppose you can get both. But either way, do have now the elite archer a veteran archer upgrade now being researched by the Holy Roman Empire player. Getting the games mixed on up, which one's which. Hidden Imperial Armory now being researched. Which, of course, will give them free siege weapons. Since Holy Roman Empires tend to known to have really good mana arms, I have a good feeling Mass Springles would be quite nice right there. Though Mangonels wouldn't be half bad at the moment as well, so either of those 2 options. Or maybe just go for some free trebuchets, try to siege down the town center. I think one of the Weep Pals can probably attack from the low ground. Right now, Magenta's army of 38 to 45. Of course, got the meters here for a force multiplier. More meters, more Sipahi. Archers. Orange getting a lot of free damage here. Thanks to Martian drills, he's able to get a lot of extra shots on him due to the higher mobility. Man arms would be quite nice at the exact moment. And don't require any veteran upgrades. They take out another villager there. Sometimes when the arrows fly and target a unit that just got inside the garrison, it can track him. The problem is sort of wish they did a marker system like in Couple Years 2 for various garrison units. And that way they can justify range units have their original attack while other units will just get basic arrows. The marker system, I'm pretty sure, does exist when it comes to, say, the tower elephants. Spy straightforward, does get a scout there. Spy backing on off, not much they can do here. got the defense range armor active at the moment. Doesn't have the range armor upgrade just yet. His one has both +2 range damage and armor at the moment. Good spear brace there. And looks like the Mechers are still providing a buff nearby. Man arms right now have 6 armor. These veteran archers have 9 damage. Spahis do go on down. All the man arms are there. No, still a decent number of them there. Magano on the build queue from the Mahid Imperial Armory. That's something really nice as well. I forgot to switch over to so there we go. How far does the advanced observation post seize exactly? Roughly that far. Nothing too significant. Another Vizier point. Goes for the advanced camp academies. Pretty much just default stuff. I think Antonian Hills is usually the most popular of the first 3. Military campus is effectively a staple, must be selected once per game. Same thing with Advanced Academy as well. Because it's your real economic benefits in the Ottoman is able to fabricate units directly with the military schools, as opposed to just getting better collection rates. Though they do have trade bags, an excellent trade upgrade, making them compete for one of the better traders in the game. Definitely well above default. Does also start to rival Mongol trade as well. We do have now the Palisade Gate receiving a bit of damage. Sabahi taking a bit of fire there. Handful more Sabahi on the field. Got some more spearmen. Man arms should still be plenty effective versus Sabahi. We go for 2 up-handed upgrade, 200 weapons upgrade. Doesn't need the heavy weapons just yet because of the lack of armored targets for them to smash their maces into. Magano advancing forward, trying to get a volley off on the archer. Magenta does have a good position there, mostly just archers, however. Good hit there by the Magano. And a bit of volley there. Doing out the Swahi and the archers push forward. Goes ahead and barrage some of these town or houses there. Does have relics at this garrison. Has obtained 4 relics, getting him a lot of extra gold income. Units getting run in piecemeal, so they can pick apart one at a time. Also has a significant number of archers on the field. 28 and has 7 more on the build queue, going for more man-at-arms. And Magenta's going to mix in some crossbowmen. And not targeting the barracks there, trying to target down the walls to make a larger opening. 2 Mangonels in the field, very nice. And the gate has been broken, or not gate, wall. Turns around to this barracks. Magenta or Orange does not have too many production truckers to the one. It is getting some more in the back line. Two weapons on the way. Emergency repairs onto the barracks there will top off its health. What upgrade is this? Monasteries become self-sufficient, working through lands of the Lay brothers. Villagers can now drop off resources in monasteries. Brothers can garrison in monasteries to inspire all villagers, increasing their gathering speed. Has this upgrade always been in the game, or was this some sort of recent upgrade? I don't remember this one. And again, I haven't really cast too many Holy Roman Empire games in this current patch. And I don't think I've actually really casted a game with Black Riders just yet either. Got some stone walls there. This is one of the few maps where stone towers could be quite nice. It will also make it so you can get on top of the walls without needing a gate. Though these wooden walls are a problem the way of building the stone towers, though I actually don't know if anything could collide with stone towers placement. The gate has been set ablaze. Magnos take a bit of time to shore this. Got a big line economic upgrades for the Autumn player. Villagers migrating to this wood deposit. He's already consumed all the wood in his land. Magenta still has some wood down here, and also got established a secondary town center. Bringing these cathedrals here, has 3 relics looking inside of here, going for more defensive towers along this flank. Magno slowly whittling down this stone wall. They're more of a soft counter. Not even really a soft counter, but able to damage walls, unlike most units. Another Vizier point's almost available, and there's a lot of things he could do this one. He has access to everything now. 2 more Vizier points for him. I'm always a bit more biased towards the static or permanent buffs, such as siege crews and trade bags. The Great Bombard, of course, will be weaker in this age, and Janissary probably be a one-time deployment. Which he's fighting his good number of archers there and no cavalry, so probably not a good idea to go for a Janissary company. I can understand going for an early Great Bombard, but maybe siege crews wouldn't be half bad. These horse archers do fire 2 arrows each. They're effectively a DPS archer, which probably won't be super great versus the man-at-arm composition. So I don't think the, however you pronounce this name, the horse archer, Kinninji, would be a good idea. Spahi spots all the 2-handed weapon man-at-arms. No heavy weapons just yet. He doesn't need it at the moment. And another Vizier point is available. And has... Don't worry about the 0 there. But appears he's not selected anything just yet. Orange finds more Spahi. And... oh! He went for field works. I sort of disagree with that. I think it's a little bit too weak for it at this point in time. It will give his Emons a bit of AoE healing. And now the Autumn player has managed to age up. Hidden Imperial Army is likely going to switch over to Great Bombard production relatively soon, but maybe just Spring Guard production would be fine. Elite Sipahi upgrade, as well as Greased Axles. Orange has claimed every single relic, effectively giving him 160 gold per relic. Which is that? Yep, just as I thought, all of his gold income is passive. As opposed to right now, he has 20% or 25% more with 22 villagers. So that's a rough comparison: 1,000 versus 800, 22 versus 0. So if we're going to assume, let's just say, plus 16 villagers, thanks to gold income, they are... looks like Orange still has an economic advantage. Palace of Swabia now being employed in the field, allowing them to fabricate villagers a little bit more effective. So this may be actually a good map to go for the Elksbach Palace due to the close difference between these two. Got a regular outpost there. I do genuinely believe stone towers would be a good call. I think stone towers also have... what? They have like a similar health and DPS to keeps. Right? They're actually surprisingly cost efficient in comparison to keeps. Which they probably should be cost efficient than keeps. Looks like there is a bit of an opening there. Elite probably goes back on. Heavy weapons being researched now. 5 Black Riders can be summoned on the field. Elite range, elite man-at-arms, or elite archers and man-at-arms. I don't want to say some Age Mythology terminology like elite range units or champion range units. Spearmen now engaging. They will be a keep here. Got some lance connecting the field. In order to deploy out the, Black Riders is from the archery range, right? They are a heavy range cavalry. I can't tell you how effective they are. They do cost 300, so very expensive. You can now deploy out 5 in the field. 2 of them are witch, so it looks like I'm finally going to see a Black Rider. Was that one of them? That seems awfully purple. I apologize, this is Potty. Elite research almost complete. One village does go down. 2 Black Riders now pull in the field. Here they are. Heavy range gunpowder unit. They have 4/4 armor. In comparison to knights, which have 5/5, so they have good armor. But they have Sipahi level armor. They do offer 45 damage and a crossbow and attack speed and 4 range. So in other words, they're a pretty good mobile mounted unit. Probably just good for general fire support. Has a cavalcade ability. Moves times fire and can fire while moving for 30 seconds. So mega dive, Black Rider. Sipahi trying to gain some more of these range units there. We got a number of units engaging. Good number of man-arms stopping, trying to pursue these Mangonels. Mangonels getting repaired on up by the villagers, and looks like he will save the Mangonels, and Sipahi will be going on down. Orange has a higher destroyer value at the moment, so he's doing very well so far this game. But he's also been a bit more defensive this game. It is classified as a range unit as well as heavy unit, which means Sipahi will be a counter to him, as well as crossbowmen. You see that it's taking quite a bit of damage there. Sipahi and Mangonels push way forward. Got archers and springbolts also firing away. Orange army does fall back. Sipahi pushing along the flank. Sipahi push way forward, getting some damage on these forces. We do have the Fortitude ability activated. No, that's just better attack speed. As a glow. Orange right now has 54 archers. Magenta has 41. So they both have significant amount of archers. It looks like both sides are not going for incendiary arrows. Janissaries is firing away. Archers are counter to the Janissaries. Elite Janissary upgrade now complete. Mangonel rolls and misses there. We're trying to hit the man-at-arms, not a great target though. Mangonels fire a very good volley there into the archer line, cleaving through a formation of them. Spearmen do go down there. And Janissary is firing away as well. Mangonel, or Great Bombard, gets a massive hit there. Two very different units. Elite Spearman now being researched by the Holy Roman Empire player, still has 1 lance connect on the field. Orange is also segmenting off a good part of the map. He could eye for a handful of traders. A small number is all he may require just to make sure he has infinite gold income with along with his relics. However, he does have plenty of gold infinite borders at the moment with this 8,000 gold deposit secured. But I think 10 could be a good number to try to go for a little bit earlier on. Just to make sure so he doesn't really have to worry about obtaining gold income for the rest of the game. With all 5 relics, he's going to have great gold income. Hopefully also goes to Tide Farms. 6-side victory in favor of Magenta. All 3 6-sides are pretty close to each other. Magenta's going to be eyeing for around the stone walls here as well. You can also obtain some Ronin. There are 12 charges of Ronin, which will be 1,200 amount of gold. If I remember correctly, Ronin, if I remember correctly, they're more of a fast infantry unit that are class of heavy, but the armor's not too great. Their main capability is that they are fast, but they're largely not really cost effective. We can always go for them. Is that pop at the moment, so can't deploy them out. But could give him a quick way to get round of reinforcements summoned. Man arms charging the way forward. They do have the same movement speed as archers, or slightly less than archers and spearmen. Spahi slowly wheeling them down as they start running, trying to find some villagers. The armor attack is on the way for orange. And it looks like I just not even got. Oh, now I'm for plus 3 range damage at the moment. Spearmen find these stone miners. Villagers loot back on the far side of the wall. Very nice. The second site may be decaptured. Has 8 minutes, 4 seconds remaining, and we've got incendiary arrows now researched by Magenta, which usually you see a good Janissary amount of play, but that may be not the case this game. I always feel like Janissaries and a lot of hand cannon units are a little bit weak this patch due to how the bonus versus light gunpowder units nowadays. Chemistry now being researched by the Holy Roman Empire. Yeah, I can easily understand that with this. This is a map design I think is usually not exactly well liked in most RTS games. I remember seeing a lot of times, like in say, Tiberium Wars and Kane's Wrath, where map designs where the bases are close by each other are not usually well liked. And then again, that game has aircraft. In this game, it's roughly the same aspect, just a lack of aircraft. Spying up, trying to pursue these spearmen and man-at-arms. Villagers getting hit by a Lance Connect. And most of these forces will be cleaned up. They're just superior numbers fight. These forces are advancing with a good number of Mangonels here. Not Mangonels, Spring Bolts, and Mangonels. We got now the Black Rider firing away. It looks like Black Rider does not get affected by, wait, no, that was chemistry. Of course, does not get affected by chemistry. What if it gets affected by the Serpentine Gunpowder? Of all the units that could be affected by Serpentine Gunpowder, Black Riders maybe should be one. Though that could be a very powerful cavalcade, but able to get fast movement speed while also fire while moving. Slowly build on down. Great bombard on the field. It's a very fine bombard. Spearmen engaging the Spahi. I think Spearmen should win this fight. Stone still being collected, but there's still 700 remaining. Magenta is advancing forward and will blast through this keep. It does have a relic inside. We got a very, very large number of Mangonels. Magenta is starting to get a good number of supply on the field. They're pretty cheap and pretty good. They also cost wood rather than gold. Depends on the point of the game. Can be quite nice, but it looks like Magenta still has some decent amount of gold inside the field. In fact, the other player hasn't really gone for too heavy gold composition, hasn't he? Has gone for archers and Sapahi mostly. There's still a good number of archers in the field, which do have the senior arrows. With a fully upgraded, he can always go into them and off of them. They're, of course, not super pop efficient when it comes to late game armies, but they are still a very good counter unit in the late game. It will counter the expensive King Candier and the common Spearman. Great Bombars getting hit by the various siege weapons there. Orange is a pretty sizable siege force. Archer slow rolling down these spearmen. Do have a keep over here. Both sides had to pull out stone walls over here. Got a bit of a crossing the T there. I always wonder if people understand why I say crossing the T, if that is a nice way of describing it. By the way, got a good amount of damage there on the Maganos. This ball he pushed way forward. Got some E-mods mixed on in. Great Bombers trying to siege down some of, or smash down those weapons. Got hand cannoneers being put off by Orange as well. It does his Serpentine gunpowder research. Bombars hitting the Magnos. Looks like Great Bombars only needs a chemistry upgrade in order so they can double tap these siege weapons. Takes another Magno there. These guys are still being pursued. Got Pumbaa here. Janissary is falling back. Magenta's army is starting to get disintegrated. He's having trouble remaxing. Has plenty of gold. Low out of wood. Has some food to work with. So he has a composition of resources meant for Janissaries. Janissaries right now have 25 damage. They don't have Serpentine gunpowder for bonus damage against melee infantry, which actually is a bit of an issue proof right here. But they still have really good base damage and high rate of fire. No metro to support out these folk. So Magenta is having a wood issue. He has plenty of lumberjacks over here. From more Sapahi, low in food and wood, plenty of gold, in an unusual circumstance. Villagers trying to collect some both berries. He does go for a round of trade. I wonder. He actually going for the trade bags upgrade. So he has excellent traders right now. The problem is not too many of them in the field, and his trade line is being threatened. Do these guys, they have Cavalcade active. You can see them made that Holy Man extra holy. But they do not get affected by Serpentine gunpowder. Don't appear to be affected by chemistry either. Wonder University by... That's Blacksmith, Markets, Observatory. Looks like he does have actually chemistry researched. Just missing elite armory tactics, which is probably perfectly fine. Is any ground forces meant to be a meat shield? He's going for a good number of Sapahi. Has not too many resources in reserve. Orange has a decent amount of food in reserve and some wood and gold whiff, but he's in a better position at the moment. Both players don't have super high villager production, villagers in the field, and both of them have ways to generate additional resources through relics and through the military academies. All 5 military academies are still in the field. Good volleys there. Magnos striking some various forces. And the Janissaries are quite hard there. His Magnos are on point. Lance Connects being mixed on in. They are highly good at damage. They are light infantry, so they do get countered by archers. But they have very high damage, which even compete with other heavy units, such as the Kevshik. Got the culverts picking off the great bombards. Legitimus force being quickly report over here. Having trouble remaxing. Oh, he is rapidly disintegrating. And the culverts does get picked off there. And I think Orange and Magenta right now are just chatting at the moment because the game appears to be over. Yeah, idle stuff. We're gonna fast forward since the game's ultimately over. Because right now Orange is... yeah, the game's over. Under fire, just leaving the good mid-race, and that is the end of the game. This Angrade saying thank you for watching, and on to next replay. There was one thing I'm wondering right now. I know when I was playing quite a bit, I turned off all the chat windows, all that sort. I wonder if I have that on, if I were to turn that off, can I see the players chatting with each other? No accessibility online, push to talk, default. Wonder if that affects replays. Never really looked at it for it. Let's just turn it on and see what happens. By the way, on to the next player. Right now I've been trying to get into the routine of doing one replay per person, so I get a nice mix. An eye for games now greater than 30 minutes, but a minimum of 25. This may not be the right person. Doesn't appear to be. Maybe not. That one was like a diamond or hidden. This is the one I was looking for. Hidden. See, those are custom. Avoid custom since I have to download something, and those replays a little bit too old. Here we go. I probably, these replays a little bit older, but since I don't really usually cast this player, I'll be safe enough to try to go through here. Perfect, 22 seconds. Now thinking about it, I may have already perused this guy's stuff. I need to take time and actually schedule a lot of my Age of Empires 4 videos, and I'm wondering if I did do one of his recently. That last one was another Ottoman versus Holy Roman Empire, and since we already did that, I'm also a little bit less likely to do it. Let's do this one. Greetings everyone, Angrid here with another Age of Empires 4 replay. Small on top right side is the pink mullions. We got Denny D? Don't know how to actually pronounce that. It looks simple enough, but whenever I look at a name, the more and more I get confused of how do you actually pronounce that? I overthink it. On the bottom left side is the Magenta House of Lancaster. We got Revain, or Revan. When it comes to map generation, we do have both deer deposits in a nice line, with Pumbaa down here as well. So purple has a good amount of resources in just this line of the map, including a large gold deposit. However, the wood actually spawned relatively far away here. Though this one's somewhat far away for pink, but not too far away. The mine pit has been established, but forward, a bit harassable. Got some natural foliage here to provide some help with building some walls. Next two gold deposits are pretty close by each other as well, so it should be pretty easy to lock this region down for keeper 2 if needed. And got the deer and, well, can't worry about boar for him. Malians are Islamic, which means eating pork is haram. There's the deposit relatively safe. Could also possibly see some professional scout play. Usually professional scouts is always a tool available for the Malians, and House of Lancaster tends to be a bit more defensive with manor booms, and going for the Lancaster castle now. Monster Quarry now being established. First manor now being established. Looks like both players equaling up. No aggression looks like in the near future. We do have the mill right here, ready to spawn out some cows. Gotta keep those doggies rolling. And Vanguard Scout does take a bit of damage here. Manors do have a basic arrow here. Nothing too strong. Relatively slow attack speed. That's always quite nice to have. Plus the nearby Lancaster Castle, they do have increased health, so in part of the early game, this is a little bit harder to attack. Vanguard Scout barely survives there. Needs to make sure keep his distance away from the town center as well as the manors and the castle. But I have a feeling the Malian player may be eyeing for a fast barracks being blown field. Siege Workshop is a good way to counter all this. After all these arrows are based to do 1 damage versus battering rams. The Lancaster Castle is effectively a glorified outpost without the ability to store villages inside. And every single manor will become a glorified outpost who can't store villages inside. And we still only has the level 0 manors, so only 3 manors available to him at the moment. Going for some of the unique hobblers or hoblars, or however you pronounce them. A weaker horseman, offering less damage and bonus damage. Those are going to be standing fighting. Get some decent shanking there. He does have 7 damage. And of course, still standard horseman attack speed. Donzo will be more than an excellent counter. It is just Dark Age Donzo at the moment, though. He's going to stand and fight, get a bit of speed race there. Donzo do also have +1 armor, so he's actually going to be taking 6 damage per strike, which is actually not too great. Those are going to be standing and fighting as well. Has access to his javelin throw ability. Another Donzo pulled in the field. More Hoblars being pulled in the field. Javelin throw there. The javelin throw does do bonus damage versus cavalry. Double damage. But able to harass the cavalry at range. Both standing and fighting. Vanguard Scout here. Not a warrior scout yet. Magenta has cut off 2 villagers. Pink is just trying to get out more Donzo. Donzos do cost 90 resources. These Hoblars do cost 190 as well, but with a bit of gold. More cows being summoned on the field, so he's probably going to go for the Grand Filani Corral. And Magenta is going to be taking out some of these houses there. Did not set this one ablaze. Did set ablaze there. Multiple houses set ablaze. Mullen player has plenty of spare population space at the moment. Losing house is just a minor loss and a big loss. I think overall it does have higher destroyed value at the moment, but still of course have down villagers. But it has been generating a decent amount of free resources from these mining pits, and now soon from the cows. Does get some damage. This is a massive of Hoblars, so maybe we get for +1 melee damage, which would be quite nice for these guys. Counter out the Donzo's armor. Though the Mullen player, if possible, should try getting +1 melee armor as well, with the amount of Hoblars on the field, reducing the damage output by a decent amount. So this one, in a few cases where melee damage armor would be quite nice, since their damage values are relatively low. Takes out a villager there, very nice. Another barracks being established in the field, very nice. You can always also bring in some demi-lancers, which I still can't comprehend how they're going to be useful in most parts of the game. Right now, demi-lancers will be even weaker than sofas. And of course, he only has 3 manners in the field, not like he'll get too many demi-lancers from it. King's College being employed in the field. This will allow Temi to go to Kuleg. She can learn the art of early gunpowder. Jam throw there. Gets a good hit there. Takes out that one. But we've got these guys torching everything. Trying to push over here as well, but not paying close enough attention. Effectively lose all those units there. Now the rest of these Donzo can head up north. And now Donzo sees in the field, he can go for Earl's Guard or for Yeoman's as a good counter. Or for some early hand cannoneers. Cattle ranches may be set free. No textiles. Cattle ranch is on fire. And they're just trying to repair it up now. And now we do have a big round of knights being established in the field. High quality knights. Let's see. Could probably should go with the Elite Oblar upgrade. There's the King's College. Let's see now. Increases the Oblar's charge damage and production speed by 100%, make them easier to deploy in the field, and a little bit more alpha damage. Color of Aces. Your Knights and Demon Lancers Lancaster livery, getting +6 bonus damage from, against enemy armored units. So it'll be useful against sofas, but that may not be guaranteed. Oblar's not being pushing me forward to these villagers. Does get a bit of a harassment there. Warwolf Trebuchets, increasing the range by +2 and health by 50%, effectively turning them into discounted Wee Pals. Or Gundian imports, of course, giving them access to earlier hand cannoneers, and reduces hand cannoneers cost by 25%, so it's effectively also Streltsy as well. And military tactics training increases your troop level effectiveness, improving the bonus damage by 20%, so it makes it a bit more effective counter units. And of course got something involving ships. Knights being forced on back. Grand Filani Corral almost established, and is established. Nice, taking a bit of damage there. Another jam throw there. Ink has damage, another money pit there, plus got some trees in the way. And the whole lord is trying to find those villagers. The knights over here as well. At the current rate, Pink may need to get out some additional town center because of losing so many villagers. Or could I for some toll outposts and go for some trade, since Mullings do have excellent trade. They can effectively get what, like plus 40% additional trade? Got a monk here trying to charge forward to probably grab this relic. That's not going to be successful. The holy man becomes extra holy. Who knows as well, I think. Good stream looks like it's bugging out. Sorry about that. And we do have now these villagers backing on off, getting impaled a little bit there. Purple's now trying to obtain this gold deposit, the 8,000 gold deposit. Monk came down south trying to claim this relic here. Got another relic here. And we got now the last more manor upgrades. Overall there, this may be successful. Barely gets killed off. Mining pit is trying to be reestablished here. The mining player has no stone stored on up. Actually, almost enough resources to age on up. Maybe a good idea to go for the 4 other hunters in this region. The other one provides the festivals, which is spend some gold and get some bonuses. Which I still don't know if that's actually useful. Here's how little I've seen that landmark for those festivals. I get those festivals mixed up with the death cult edicts from Stellaris. Of all things. Which allows you to sacrifice your own population for, say, increased small amount of mining of minerals. Do now the village backing off. They do one get impaled by the Donzo. I'm not sure what research did she obtain. Nothing from the King's College. This also provides all technologies 15% cheaper. Berkshire Palace now being established field rather than the Warren Palace. And Molly Player. 2 landmarks right next to each other. And I think his Berkshire Castle does get cancelled there. He is one in the Berkshire Castle. He is going to start it over here. I always find the Warren Palace a bit more fun because it gives you a lot of new tactical options. Berkshire Palace is just an excellent defensive fortification. And there's nothing wrong with that. 4 of the Huntress is a good defensive fortification. Also provides poison arrows to itself and makes it so all your infantry units able to camouflage. You can also establish a mining pit here. The mining pit will be a little bit larger to place stuff around, so I would say just go for it right there. But a safer option would just be the one go for right here. We are seeing the sofa upgrades. Berkshire Palace has been completed. Now the manors. He has deployed the rest of the manors over here. The manors are a very powerful asset, and their defense areas become increasingly less useful as game goes on. So the future manors can be foreboding for the extra defensive capability to be safer, since raiding them is a valid target. Wait, that's 500% health. Doesn't have the arrow. Oh yeah, it looks like the other upgrades did also increase their health. You can see the plus 1000 as opposed to plus 500. Getting those all mixed up. Got another sofa armor being researched, the imported armor for the sofas. No blacksmith research whatsoever. He may not even have a blacksmith on the field. We do now the yeoman upgrade, which is something I think would have been long overdue due to the fact that there's so many Donzos. Earl did get some free Earl's Guards from the Berkshire Palace. I'm pretty sure these guys are basically identical to Men-at-Arms. They do have a dagger throw ability. They actually do have one less armor. No, again, this is just the Castle Age variant. They have good damage. They have the dagger throw ability as well as the ability to increase damage. They also do offer us a higher movement speed, the spearman movement speed. Yeoman has a bit of intermediary speed between spearman and Mythology warrior. Cancel those structures there. Right now, it seems like more sofas would be a good call. Veteran Hoblars being researched as well. Local doggo will be put down. And Pink is now obtaining the Southern Sacred Site. So far as engaging some of these old warriors, we got these Donzo advancing way forward. There's a precision shot ability, gets a decent amount of damage there. Boys and arrows now being researched by the Mulling player. Not really a big fan of this upgrade. It's a little bit too slow to be effective in my opinion. Billman research now being researched. Mining pit has not been rebuilt. This one actually, yeah, does get rebuilt now. And can't squeeze out another housing there. A little bit too small of a spacing there. It looks like the Mayan Imam will interrupt Magenta's monk. A number of yeomen being employed in the field, a handful of billmen being employed in the field as well. Veteran spearman upgrade on the way for the House of Lancaster. Yeomen advancing. And now we've got all the mining pits being established there. He is actually going for this one here, very nice. Destroys the ruins of the unbuilt Berkshire Palace. Elite, let's see. Elite Musfati Warrior in the anti-heavy unit. I don't think it's a good idea to go for Musfati Warriors versus all the yeomen. Spearman push his way forward. And now we do have just some sofas heading down south. Big arrow volley there. Sofa's having trouble pathing. There's the attack order on the far one, and they're just playing. Oh, they are. At this one time, general attack moves would have been better. Sofa's advancing. We'll find the Berkshire Palace, trying to raise some villagers. Monitors push right forward. They're right now just veteran archers. More Sophos being summoned. There's gonna be in general attack order to engage this stuff. A couple more Mauling archers push right forward. Yeomen right now are at 12 damage. The Sophos right now have 8 range armor. Both players have 61 villagers. Pink has pretty much no military force field. Going for more. Sophos there has plenty of gold. Needs a lot more food. As well as more food, wood would not hurt. And the mod player has 31 villagers on gold. Got the mining pit over here, providing 144 gold. Go for this mining gold mine there as well. Trying to stop all the gold from being obtained by Magenta. Force them to go focus on trash units, so sofas and potentially some warrior scouts wouldn't be that bad. Warrior scouts have no inherent armor, so probably best to use the sofas. Imam will be taken out there. Elite Spearman has been researched, and we do have the Elite Hoblar. Poison arrows gain some poisonous arrows on these units. Biology now being researched by Magenta. Modern players going for a large number of archers, has some good number of sofas in the field. Not so sure where those sofas are exactly. There they are. Forward, trying to let loose the cows. Cattle ranges do have 50 range armor. Good position volley there. Gets them for a lot of damage to those archers. Oblars straight forward. Sofas as well. Overall, Sofas should be very effective. It's only a handful of billmen on the field. The armor tripping for the billmen would be very nice to sort out the yeomen. More billmen being blown in the field. Magenda's bringing some more archers, but overall looks like Magenda's starting to disintegrate pretty quickly. Those trying to get in town center. These guys are supported by the Varmiel and shit, increasing their movement speed when near by a sofa. Magenda's starting to fall back. Lacking siege weapons. Gold deposit is still here. Mining pit, of course, has been destroyed. Modern players having trouble remaxing. So needs food. The final food upgrade will improve his cattle income. Right now, he has 7 village on food and providing only 1,300. Magenta has 1,900. Up north, got the Hoblars engaging the mining pit now. Are these forces pushed along the flank? Or from the front? Anything else in these mills? Not super important. My general now has an army of 30, 42 versus 104, so I have trouble with food. And you just want to buy some food. Does that number of archers there being hit by a precision shot? Archers kind of focus on the archers. Doesn't have anything to really stop all the billmen. The moment archers being overran by all the hoblars. Magenta is trying to fall back now. Takes up that quarry. Magenta has an army of 113 field versus just 12. Trying to go for more Donzo, which will be very useful against the archers, or yeoman, who does have the +9 versus light melee. It looks like he does not have incendiary research arrows research just yet. Got now this infrastructure up here getting forced on down. One place has spent all his gold. Needs gold, food, and plenty of wood at the moment. Pink does have 3 relics, while the Castle Lancaster only has 2. So far, it's moving around. Sova's over there getting ripped apart. Magenta's having trouble keeping his army above single digits. And Magenta right now, or Pink is just right now, just completely out of resources, straight in the bottom of the bucket. Has 69 villagers versus 81. Both players have a decent amount of passive income. Manors versus all the cows and mining pits. Each one of these manors is currently providing, 3 villagers worth of income? Roughly. While these cow ranchers are providing a very good amount of food. Give all their consistent infrastructure there. Looks like Pink's unable to get any mounted units to engage these range units of back line, while his front line just slowly getting disintegrated by everything. Now, and Pink does go ahead and back of the game. This is Grade saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. Before I get started on the next replay, I do need to use the restroom. Please give me a moment. My apologies, I am back, and on to the next replay. Let's see if we can find another good one. Let's see, this was on all lowercase, so I'm gonna have Hazard guess this one. I guessed correctly, but also, nope. Hidden. This name may be too common. Let's see now. Too short. Do not think I cast any games for this player before, so we can go back a little bit farther. Avoid the custom games. Here we go, we can do this one. Greetings everyone, and Grade here with another Age of Empires 4 replay. On the north side as the Blue Mongols, we have a foreign name. On the south side as the Cyan Rus, we got Downfall. When it comes to map generation, got a nice safe deer deposit here. Very little walls needed for right there, and not too many needed here. Additionally, this deer deposit a little bit more exposed, and this is supposed to be the closer one. And we do have now a pair of hunting cabins here, but they have overlapping coverage, so probably should deploy out more over here, get more gold income. We got scouts being deployed in the field. Here deposit up north here of the Mongol player. That's one relatively close to the Ovo as well. And probably a little bit too far away to put pastures next to this. Though, sheep can travel that if you want to get the improved sheep production. And right now the town center is next to the gold deposit, is getting a little bit of wood going for something. But the Mongol player has enough gold to age on up, just needs some food. Now we do have the Golden Gate being established, and versus the Deer Stone. Your number of sheep being dropped off by Cyan. Gear looks like it's going to be established next to the deer deposit. It's going to be eyeing for cleaning up the deer relatively soon. We're not going to see professional scouts by... Oop, Khan may get stabbed by the scouts. It looks like Cyan's actually trying to corral these deer over rather than trying to use professional scouts. We've got professional scouts out of the way. What is going on there? Was the scout getting caught on the wolf? Something weird was happening there. We got professional scouts being researched by the Rus player. Hunting falcon there. Deer stones push his way forward, which will improve movement for all nearby units. And now we do have some Khans, Hunters, and Magadai being established there as well. With professional scouts, he's able to really lock down around town center. So I don't think the Magadai is going to be too particularly useful right now, other than trying to deny future deer deposits. Deer stones here will provide these units a bit of mobility to work with. He is going for a ×2 Khans Hunter. Doesn't really need to go for a ×2 Khans Hunter, but he is. Now Cyan's going for professional scouts. Magadai push way forward. Since scouts have no inherent armor, but we've got a wooden fortress here, going to be a very good hard counter to these units. Arrow Cliffs will help increase the wooden fortress's range. Now we've got Collins Hunters here as well, increasing the range of these Magadai to actually a reasonable amount, and the last deer has been obtained here. Golden Gate, we're seeing some damage there. We do have some deer remaining here. Nothing too significant though. And I think that's a speed arrow there. Yep, trying to pursue these scouts a little better. Trying to shank the Khan, but the Khan has plenty of health to work with. Does receive bonus damage against from scouts since the Khan itself is classified scout. I wonder if Khan's hunters are classified scout. Khan's hunters do have a scouting falcon and does have the excellent vision aspect, which allows them to see through camouflage. A nice hunting falcon there. Stepward Out now being deployed on the field. I do like Stepward Out. It does improve your gold drop off to this landmark by 50%, effectively increasing your gold income by 50%, while also making the gold last 50% longer. Now, it depends which aspect you look at it. But either way, drop off is a better aspect than collection speed, since it makes the resource doesn't get drained as quickly. And let's assume all these villagers can be putting the gold there. That's effectively plus 5 gold, 5 villager gold income, which is pretty nice. You can move that around there, and with 10 villagers, you just only need 2 outposts to protect them. We do now have the Age of Complete, as well as the High Trade House complete. Outpost, no arrow slip there. Arrow slip will increase the range by 1, which is actually quite important. And Castle Turret's relatively cheap as well, getting plus 2 damage is a really good way to rip apart mounted archers. In Science, Scout there may have stole deer over in this region. There's still 94 food remaining there. That scout should be in vision range at the moment, and vice versa, but not going for it. Excuse me. And the Roost player is eyeing for Horse Archers. Horse Archers right now have 4.5 range with 12 damage, old crossbone damage. They also have similar health to crossbone. Horse Archers and crossbone are actually very similar, particularly in some older patches. And right now the Magadai will have 4.75 range, as well as 5 damage and high attack speed. So Magadai will beat Horse Archers 1v1 combat. They will Age 2 Magadai have 85 health, same as Age 3 Horse Archers. And looks like the Mongol player is not eyeing for any more aspect of this. It's not going for any more military units in the field, just going for a small harassment force, and that's it. So far, the Roost player managed to save every single villager. Got some warrior scouts being summoned on the field, or warrior monks. And now this force will outnumber Blue's force. Khan's damage output is not great, nor are the Khan's hunters. And we'll intercept the warrior monk there. Very nice. Does use pack speed arrow. And these warrior monks are not cheap, but they're relatively durable. Ovo's almost has stone drain and actually has a decent stockpile of stone. Sees the horse archers there, so go for his own archers. Maybe just regular horsemen would be good. Yeah, I'm thinking regular horsemen would actually be pretty good. Horse has one archer range in the field. Going for some pastures now. Each one of these pastures will support up to 3 villagers at the moment. Right now there's 11 villagers there, so he will need more than just 3 pastures. +1 range damage there. Deer stone being reestablished over here. Military Academy? No. The Mongol player should not be researching the Military Academy at the moment. This is 350 resources. It's better to build 2 more military production structures at the moment when you only have 1 military production structure on the field. It provide 2 additional military production structures will provide plus 200% production. Going for the Cognitive Palace. I don't think the Military Academies also affects Cognitive Palace. The Cognitive Palace is a very, very powerful landmark. People call me a noob for saying the Cognitive Palace is a good landmark. It is one of the best Age 4 landmarks in the game, and I'll stand by that. It is subject to RNG, however. This is effectively give you 800 resources per minute of various good quality units. But the problem is it's a little bit on the random side, of, as I mentioned. Military Academy now completed. First round are warrior monks, and they will come with Boyar's Fortitude. In this situation, not too particularly great, but they will be quite nice, and perhaps start harassing his opponent by getting some sacred sites there. But also would be quite nice to help heal up that one wounded unit there, since how limited his force is. Going for the improved shield bow limbs, this is a very good upgrade. If you look at your tech advantage going, it is incredibly powerful. Since Magidai are the high DPS unit, able to get an Age 4 upgrade like this, before your opponents even get to the counteracting armor and health and all that sort, will supercharge your Magidai. Magidai are only really lethal in when it comes to combat is an Age 4. Howdy. And getting this upgrade came in quite nice. He is lacking Blacksmith Research, but this will give his Magidai +2 damage. Not to mention, he will get the veteran upgrade. The elite upgrade's not available. Howdy. Well, welcome to YouTube. Magidai, of course, now with the +2 damage. The elite con also goes from, what, 5-6 damage up to 24 in this age. The con itself is quite powerful. Did lose, of course, the Ovo, and got another Ovo already established over here. Need to get some production structures over there. Got a Hui Pals, so it does have a very powerful trebuchet in reserve. And now got Boros Fortitude by the Roost player. Next Cognitive Palace up deployment is some Palace Guards, which won't be half bad in this situation. A heavy infantry unit. The horse archers are like crossbow, they hit pretty hard, but they will be quite nice. Plus they come elite with battle hardened. And right now just Age 4 units are going to be very useful. Next one is Roost Knights. They will come upgraded pole axes and Boyar's Fortitude. Some of the best knights in the game. High armory now being researched by the Roost player, which will make him get cheaper siege weapons. Age of Empires 4, I think it's a good successor to Age of Empires 2. When it comes to single player wise, you got a lot of good campaign missions, though a lot more limited compared to Age of Empires 2, of course. Mission variety is can be a little bit stale, but the Iron expansion is quite nice. When it comes to multiplayer, I do believe Age of Empires 4 does handle a lot of balancing aspects better than Age of Empires 2. Such as how they handle trash units. I think it's a good successor, but a lot of people from Age of Empires 2 does not like Age of Empires 4. Plus, the civilizations are all pretty more drastic, rather than Age of Empires 2, which are effectively just slightly reskins of each other. Age of Empires 4 also takes more of the Age of Empires 3 approach when it comes to civilization changes as well. Rather than, oh, certain civilizations can't deploy out certain upgrades in the final age, they just get access to some unique upgrades as well as to early upgrades and early deployment of certain units rather than simply having no access to late game. So I think overall, late game is a little bit better in Age of Empires 4 than Age of Empires 2. Let's see now, got the Deer Stone, could be hit right now. We got a decent number of Roost units now mixed on in, does have Elite Magidai. He is still lacking behind some plus damage. I think he should avoid the range armor to go straight range damage, supercharge his Magidai. Deer Stone is being torched. The problem is, when it comes to Age of Empires 2, there are a lot of civilizations, but they are hardly different from each other. They still all use basic spearmen. You got spearmen, or the spearman line, you got the man-at-arms line, and you got the knight line, you've got the scout line. And there's not a whole lot of variety between the two compared to Age of Empires 4. Deer Stone will be torched and will go down. Over here, of course, got the stepper down. 17 villagers there, so not enough room for all these outposts, but adequate enough. Got the Ovo here. Or should go with the Whistling Arrow. Does have the Whistling Arrow upgrade, just not the improved Whistling Arrow at the moment. And looks like he's gotten 2 Wee Pals, so he has plenty of siege weapons. Pal Scarred engaging the horseman. Horse archers here. Does have spring golden placements, so the horse archers won't be able to do much. 2 villagers will go down. 2 of them are going to draw the short straw. And the horseman falling back, he does have gallop researched, greatly improving their range and movement speed. But they do have the mobility arrow now put in view. The Roost Knights are leading the charge. And of course, these are the Roost Knights, fully upgraded Roost Knights for the Mongol. Horse archers activate gallop, getting some hits there. And that warrior monk will be going on down. Right now, the Mongol class rely on speed. The improved Whistling Arrow is more and more attractive right now to help improve the capability of closing distance. Has another Wee Pal, so rolling a little bit heavy on the siege weapons. He doesn't have to worry about siege weapons. We'll have 2 Nest Beasts, soon be a 3rd. So we will have a decent amount of anti-range units. Now the Silk Bow research for the Roost player. I'm not sure what blacksmith research he has gotten so far over here. No Silk Bow, no biology. Looks like he has not a whole lot of stone in reserves. He's been spending stone on various stuff, such as these outposts there. Trading posts here is not a great position to do some trading though. So maybe a good idea for the Mongolian player not to eye for any trade this game, or at least try to keep it a little bit more limited. Wee Pals push the way forward. A massive siege threat. Deer Stone's course down, but losing that's not a big problem. Only 2 Khan's hunters. Maybe deploying a 3rd one. Oh, got a 3rd one there from the horse archers. Try to actively promote your channel or your videos. Go ahead and probably try going like to the Age of Empires 2 subreddit and other maybe some Discord channels. Try to promote your videos. You have to more actively try to promote out, because my channel has been having very slow growth. My channel is approximately 8 years old, so, and I have over, what, 4,000, 5,000 videos? Definitely a slow growing channel, so I'm probably one of the worst people to ask that question about. I do have a good number of horse archers. Right now, the Mongol player does have 70 military units versus 70. Mostly composed of horse archers, handful of roost knights, and going for some horsemen. Biology being researched there. The Mongol player is a little bit running behind one of these university texts. Probably should really get the biology research. He's going for incendiary arrows, another important research there. It is a multiplicative with the sheer bowlins, really improving the damage output of the Magadai. The Weebly Power Horses Trebuchet. Oh, actually did get hit on the Horse Archer. Right now, these Magadai have 5 range. These Horse Archers do have 6.5. They go up to 8.25 range with Gallop enabled. Getting tagged there a little bit. If he gets a Silk Bowstring, so at least gives him a bit more range to work with. Horse Archer's actually being split apart by the Weebly Pow. I think that was a mobility arrow. Charges way forward. Nope, it looks like it was attack speed arrow. He's trying to close the distance there. And does fall back in a reasonable time. So the Rus Knights did get tagged a little bit there, but there are some Warrior Monks mixed on in. A couple Mangonels here. The Nest of Bees should be pretty effective. Right now he does have 4 Nest of Bees, a 5th one being built at the Cognitive Palace now. He does have spare population. Thank you. But yeah, like I said, just actively try to promote your videos outwards. That's my best suggestion. It's going to be slow going, that's for sure. I've got some Roost Knights now being deployed on the field. He does have the poleaxe upgrade, but is lacking other melee upgrades. Incendiary arrow is almost complete for the Roost player as well. Biology now being researched by the Mongol. No improved biology just yet. Does get a nice little volley there. No gallop just yet. Magadai charging way forward. Roost Knights advancing as well. If Saint's Blessing can connect, that'd be very useful. Let's see. Right now, Blue has a higher destroyed value than Cyan, but the rate of the destroyed value has been actually very low this entire game. Usually it's by 10,000 right now, by the 25-minute mark, but it's right now in the small numbers. But right now, the Mongol player has 5 Weebly Pows. The Cognitive Palace has been really wanting to get him siege weapons. And these Roost Knights will have their trouble versus the fully upgraded Magadai. They're offering 16 damage per arrow, and they punch the armor quite nicely. Some structures from going down. Mongol player is around 75 villager versus 96. He's at pop cap. Got a round of elite Magadai. This is probably from the Cognitive Palace. Nope, that's ×2 being deployed in. And we do have now the adjustable crossbars. Step it out, redeployed somewhere. obtain that gold deposit, need to pack up that gear, so he actually gets the advantage of the actual drop-off. Magnos will roll a miss there. Signs almost a pop cap, going for siege works now. Massive wave of reinforced Magidites. Takes out that stable there. Notice the Weekly Pals just slowly picking stuff apart, getting some raid bounties. Silk bowstring being researched now. Something probably should have got a long time ago. Man's get directed there on the Maganos. Weekly Pals do have pretty good range. Good amount of damage there. Another Magano gets picked off by a Weekly Pal. Not sure if that's usually common. Ooh, Magano's got a pretty good hit there. Gallop activated there. Mass conflict. Nessa B's farming the back line. Nessa B's focus on the Maganos. Another Magano does go down. Bruce front line is starting to break on through. Magadai falling back. Magano gets knocked out as well. Weekly Pal still on the front line. Some of the Nessa B's being picked on off. Got Palace Guard from the Cognitive Palace. Nice damage there on these Horse Archers. Knights and Warrior Monks starting to go on down. No Saints Blessing over here. They were a little bit too far away. Who's now getting his counterattack. Has his own Horse Archers on the field as well. And falls back a little bit there. Bit of a conflict. Looks like Blue came out very far ahead. Scout and Warrior Monk there. Got that gold. Looks like deleted the gear there. That was just need to hit the unpack button or the pack up button. And looks like maybe one of the Weekly Pals did go down. The other one's severely wounded, which down to 4 health. It could literally be picked off by a stray shot. Mongol player's getting pretty low in resource. The Roost player actually has more of a stockpile. Nesvius does go down there. Got some village trying to repair up the Weekly Pals. Loose Knights have gone down. Magano's fire a volley there. There's a possibility where Side could, or Blue could try to ambush there with the shrubbery there. Some of these are starting to go on down. Got them, Colin leading the charge there. Does fire an arrow there, but everything's too far away, so I don't think it was very successful. Colin has gone down. Hooks down the Maganos. Maganos have gone down. Roost Knights taking a bit of damage there. Mongol player has some Roost to work with, so does the Roost player. Let's see, let's get another round of Horse Archers being summoned by the Cognitive Palace. And go for some Palace Guards next. If he goes with some Siege Engineers, Palace Guards could be useful in producing some forward battering rams. I'm just casting, I'm not attacking. I'm not playing the game, I'm just casting the game. We now have the Roost Pole Axis being summoned. Ovo is depleted, which was somewhere. He does have right now 405 stone at the moment. Wherever the Ovo may be at, he could eye for maybe some stone raid. Not sure if he's gotten, does not have either of these, which probably would have been very useful. Could have got a decent amount of stone from that. Try and go for some Kashaks now. I don't know how well the upgrade they are. He doesn't even have the final +1 damage, so his Magadai is not even fully maxed out. Got a big wave of Magano, also push way forward. Got another elite Kashak research. wee wee cows are relatively slow. They're getting left behind a little bit. So very valuable siege weapons and not something you can easily replace at the moment. Bruce Knights and Force Archers push right forward. Mangonels do get dodged there. It's a bit of a hit there. Mangonels could go ramp, but there's just so many there. This may be pretty deadly. Oh, it's pretty deadly. Got a good volley onto the Magudai. Mangonels applying for another shot there. Gallop activated there. Magudai getting ripped apart. And the Magudai are just getting ripped apart. Unable to take out the siege weapons, and the Mongol player has back to the game. Is Angrade saying, thank you for watching, and on to next replay. Let's see now. On to another player. Let's see. Do you have any open replays? Hidden? Last online 16 days ago, so perhaps not this player. Says online. Yep, we got some replays. They're customs though. Gotta be careful clicking on customs, since I always have trouble downloading the custom maps, but I don't think. Could do this one. 27 minutes, that's adequate. Greetings everyone, Angrade here for another Age of Empires 4 replay. So on the right side is the blue Delhi Sultanate, we've got WOM01. So on the left side is the magenta Ayubids, we got Liquid Demu. So because this map is Relic River, so all the relics are in the middle of the map next to the river. Who would have thunk? There's also a decent amount of gold up north, got the large deposit in the center and down south, while there is a good amount of smaller gold deposits around here. And this is not the 1600 gold deposits, these are the full 4000s, of a big full 8000 up north. With some forest puffers as well as boar. Blue boar spawned right there, but both players are Islamic, so orc is haram. Your deposit down here as well, so that's pretty safe for the Delhi Sultanate player. While Magenta is just a little bit up the hill and behind him, so that's very safe for him. Not going for the fast age up just yet. Oh, looks like they added a bit of a golden age counter. It's been a while since I cast Ayubids or Abstinency. Cultural Wing Logistics being researched there, which will give him access to 2 dervishes. It will also lock him out of the fast and cheaper age up. That's interesting. So, is he going to be aggressive, these dervishes? Because age 2 dervishes, of course, can't capture relics nor sacred sites, which has to be meant for some aggressive play before healing. Guess we'll find out soon enough. Dome of the Faith being researched there, which gives him some bargain bin scholars. Going to the mosque there. Wheelbarrow and survival techniques queued on up. Scout will bring back some sheeple. I'm gonna fast forward a bit there. Because in the early eco phase, there's nothing much for me to cast other than some basic layouts of the map. And since both players are just building and aging up, there's nothing much for me to say. Magenta will drop off a good number of sheep there, 10. Blue has approximately 7. Maybe trying to grab a deer, but it's a little bit too early for professional scouts. He's just trying to kill the deers there, so his opponent can't hurt them. I think Liquid Demu is one of the players who likes to actually herd deer to his town center, so this sword just denies it. This map's not bad for pressure scouts either way, because you got 2 deer deposits pretty far off the beaten path. Excuse me. One last deer here, filled with delicious meat. There's the 2 free dervishes, which also does get the permanent mass heal effect. Let's see, what are the dervishes? Maybe the dervish is going to try to go next to relics, so immediately pick them up. And maybe a fast castle he's eyeing. Yeah, it looks like the Ibid player is eyeing for fast castle. So he wants the dervishes on the field next to relics, so when the age up completes, he can immediately grab the relics and run away with them. That's my guess. We got some Ghazi Raiders now being pulled in the field. A Horseman variant that hits harder but slower with a little bit extra health. Lastly, these berries being claimed on up now. This map does have a decent amount of berries near the initial spawn location. Military ring reinforcements being pulled in the field. Usually that's either age 2 or age 4. This is going to be age 3 variant, which will give him, what, 5 Desert Raiders every so often? 3 Desert Raiders every 2 minutes. Which will be very useful to help stop these Ghazi Raiders as well. Though I think the first one will take a little bit of time there. Scout takes some fire there. Dervishes can, of course, heal up these units individually. And the Wolf Bites are going to be healed up by the AoE healing. It'll take a moment to get this actually fully researched. The Delhi Sultan player is very far from aging up. He's going for a bit more aggression, archers and Ghazi Raiders. So probably some age 2 Lance or age 3 Lancers probably be best for the Ibid player. It'll be a good counter to the Ghazi Raiders with just sheer quality, as well as be a very hard to counter with especially age 2 archers. Who has a base damage of 5, and age 3 Lancers have an initial armor of 4, so they will take 1 damage at minimum. And if both players keep up their technology, it will match. Down south, we got the Scholar Captaincy Sacred Site now. All Seeing Eye being researched. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the first deployment does take a little bit of time. I don't know if it starts from scratch though. Guess we'll find out soon enough. One sacred site obtained by the Delhi Sultanate player. Losing a mining camp's not too big of an issue. Multiple sacred sites captured. Scout trying to interrupt it though. Nope, the first deployment is instantaneous. Maybe it's just the H2 variant that takes a little bit of time. Of course, this is age 2 Desert Raiders, which are all still hard counters to Ghazi Raiders. A bit more of a soft counter to archers. They have good damage, no bonus multiplier, and no inherent range armor. This will force back these units there. He is going for the veteran Desert Raiders, and he's going to get free. Oh, Dervish there. Oh no. Bluestone native. Oh, does manage to kill in time. I thought Magenta was going to get it converted. Those archers must have been waiting on for quite some time there. Could have sworn the conversion ritual was going off. Archer getting hit there. Got a spearman there as well. Wolf fighting the archer there. Another relic obtained. He could try doing a conversion ritual there. Guys, at least the Dervish can move at decent speed with the relic. He can start escorting away and try to ward him away with a conversion ritual. Next military ring reinforces in 45 seconds, so a little bit of distance, but there is the mosque. Camel Lancers being pulled on field, something a bit more heavier. Oh yeah, it's Camel Lancers, not just regular Lancers. There are differences between the two. The unease, and also Camel Lancers do have less health and possibly higher charge damage. By the way, there should be still hard counters to archers. And looks like that Camel Lancer does get trapped there a little bit there. Dervish can also always heal it up. Who now has survival techniques or professional scouts, so he can now go ahead and obtain the deer deposits up north and start slowly grabbing them up on home. Camel Lancers a little bit outnumbered, but the Dervish provides an excellent health regen there. More Desert Raiders there, another round of 3 of them. Bit of a spear brace there, but it's largely they hit the archers. No Dervish in formation to get some healing going. Magetta's picked up one, has claimed one relic, picked up another. Handful of Ghazi Raiders heading down south, probably trying to protect this sacred site there. Dervish has a relic there as well. Looks like the IB player is mainly pulling out Desert Raiders, got a good number of Spearmen deployed in the field. Conversion Ritual does get killed off there. The sacred site will be maintained, and the scholars there on top of it if he was decaptured. Wall segments do get picked off there a little bit. We've got the Ghazi Raiders moving around. Another Desert Raider heading down south. And this area may be traversable, and the minimap suggests traversable. Yep, it is traversable land. Dervish picked the relic, heading back on home with it. House of Learning being deployed in the field by the Deadly Soulmate, giving access to 6 unique technologies. Another round of Desert Raiders put on exactly the right time, but then on general move order, not attack move order. They're getting trapped there as well. Now they're standing and fighting. Got Campbell Lance. No, that's another Desert Raider there. Desert Raiders will finish off the Ghazi Raiders. And up north, the 6 have been captured by the various camels. House of Learning, or not House of Learning, Golden Age Tier 2, almost complete, but that's only plus 25% resource speed, so nothing too critical. The good stuff is Tier 1 and Tier 3 to a certain extent, but also Tier 4 and Tier 5 are really good power, as well as Tier 1. Tier 2 is about the weakest with the 5 research, or 5 benefits. All 6 sites have been decaptured. We do now have the honed blades being researched. Honed blades now being researched at first, giving his man-at-arms and lancers plus 3 damage.
يتحتم علي أن أقودكم في الحال.
We do now have some war elephants being established, which are inherently anti-cavalry unit. I don't believe the camel and ease debuff will affect them, since they're not horses, they're camels. It says horse cavalry, not cavalry. Magenda's now obtaining sacred sites there. We do also now have the Mouthhalt's research going. Increases elephant move speed by 10%. Notice that these scouts are trying to pick up some more venison. And there's actually still a decent amount of venison up there. Takes a bit of time to get on back, plus the one for this venison deposit up here first. Scout is down, not big surprise. Looks like archer may have went down there, maybe spearman. Multiple war elephants now established. You now have the Sultan's Mamluks now being deployed on the field. Golden Age Tier 3 is almost complete. And IB player nowhere near enough reach the age on up, nor does Delhi Sultan player, so can probably say prolong age 3. The game probably may end in just age 3. We do now have, let's see, let's research this, the Tranquil Venue, giving his mosque a bit of health regen out of combat, or, yep, out of combat, just had to make sure about that aspect. Got multiple lances now being pulled in the field by the Delhi Sultan player. Overall, feels like the Delhi Sultan player's composition is pretty good. He has plenty anti-cavalry as well as anti-cavalry. Archers will be a good anti-desert raider tool in this situation. But Magenda's going for a decent amount of crossbows to take on the elephants quickly. More quickly. These melee war elephants do have a bit of range armor, but they're also classified as heavy, so they will receive bonus damage from the crossbowmen. We do have some more spring gulls from Plum Field, which only do bonus damage versus melee infantry, which will be good against the spearmen. Bit of collateral damage, probably. I'm gonna see one massive explosive fight there, and probably whoever wins that will probably win the game. More elephants being summoned, a fourth one. Lancers and Deserters are starting to push their way forward. Deserters may want to be in range mode until the Spearmen are down. Spring Gulls firing away, the Mangonels as well. Whoops, what just happened? Mangonel does get a bit of damage there. Good amount of health regen from both sides. Blue summons Scholars in the front line. Blue's going to go try to win this fight. Elephant falls back, needs a bit of healing restoration. Desert Raiders advancing. Looks like the War Elephants are staying strong, but someone taking some abuse. One War Elephant does go down. Two War Elephants goes down. Scholars are hitting each other since all the AoE damage. War Elephants, another third one goes down, and the fourth one does go down. Still got a good core of archers and Scholars absorbing a lot of damage there. Mangonel's gonna go on down as well. Archers advancing. Cross them, of course, with weaker than archers in 1v1 combat. At least cost ineffective. Archers advancing forward, can hit there on the villagers. Vegeta needs to get a force summoned quickly. Next set of Desert Raiders is not available until 34 seconds.
ما هي التعليمات؟
Good damage on those villagers. Looks like it's trying to forward deploy the unique Magneto variant, the Mangenki, or how to pronounce it, which effectively says an alternative anti-structure attack. In all intents and purposes, still gonna be the same as a regular Magneto. Hybrid player probably needs to go out for some regular horsemen at the current rate. We're also mixing some Lancers and Gauzy Raiders. Bit of volley there on those archers. That Magneto starting to get bugged out a little bit there. Mangonels fires a volley there. Barge missing the scholars. Doesn't really do bonus damage to scholars in either way. Mangonels do get dodged there. Another Mangonel being deployed on the front line as well. Bone Age Tier 3 has been activated, so it does have faster production speeds, which help him remax pretty quickly. Right now, Blue has an army of 87 versus 47. Got a higher value on the field by Blue as well, but only by a small margin. At least some of the players just eyeing for more and more archers. Down south, we do have some raiding infantry units there, causing issues. Crossmen trying to intercept. Not really a counter unit, but they will do. The one Lancer that did get was there did get hit. Blue's migrating around, trying to find another opportunity to engage. Vegeta has obtained every single relic, which is quite good. Slowly damaging this mosque there, which scholars could actually grab the relics, so we may see some relic stealing. Lancers causing issues back here. Vegeta has a lot less villagers. May want to go for economic growth for his final age up, which will give him 10 villagers. Also gives plus into faster gathering rate. Though honestly, this economic wing industry wouldn't be half bad. Plus, a decent villager building rate would be a good complement. Plus, 10% of gathering rate has higher projection of power. Good damage there. Right now, Blue has a large amount of villagers. Crossbowman taking some damage there. Nanu's Bravery was active on that one unit there. With it right now, this Lancer, it does have a bit more damage thanks to the Honed Blade upgrade. Single Camel Lancer falling back. Gets an impalement there, max damage impalement. Local Doggo, and more Gauzy and Lancers over here. Vegeta trying to push forward with this army. It's a sizable army. Magetta's massive armies advancing. Magetta may just need a win with this fight. He is down to a severe amount of villagers. And gonna be down more villagers. But this is a sizable force here, including a large number of mangonels. For the Deadly Summoner landmarks, 1, 2, 3. All 3 landmarks are right next to each other. So the win victory is pretty easy. Annihilation victory can be somewhat easy. And has, of course, the anti-structure attack after there. Takes a lumber camp pretty heavily and destroys some nearby structures. Could start targeting down the Dome of Fate. The splash of radius would be quite significant. Yep, blue is doing a severe amount of damage there. Magetta may want to cut his villager production and focus all on this one final all-in. Maybe bringing the villager as well to actually go for an all-in at this moment in time. Got now a Tower of the Sultan. Outposts or keep firing away with a pretty large number of arrows. Got the Dome of the Faith has taken some damage there, but nothing to sniff at the moment. Capital here. Of course, this does do fire damage. Nope, just the Ayyubids and Abyssal Dynasty that has increased fire armor and structures. Annihilation victory, 1 out of 3. Got now the Tower of the Sultan, who probably just goes for the Town Center. Let his defense arrows do as much damage as they can. Capital took a pretty good volley there. Looks like Blue's force over here is trying to advance. Tower of the Sultan's power to connect with the capital. His battering ram is, I think, a souped up battering ram. Yeah, 600 damage. But his equipment can go down. Tower of Sultan does take a severe amount of damage there. I think he just continues to push towards the capital and try to win the game through Annihilation because he has not too many villagers at the moment. Maybe get enough resources to go for another siege weapon. Focus on the keep if he's trying to rotate around. He's going to lose a Mangonel here. He does lose a Mangonel there a little bit foolishly. And he's getting surrounded by all sides. Tower of the Sultan is taking some fire. It's now set ablaze. It has some basic animation now set to it. Tower of the Sultan is still receiving the damage there. The keep may finish off. Magenta is getting completely surrounded from all angles. His arm is getting cleaned on up. Tower of the Sultan is still engaging the keep. It does go down there, and Magenta has surrendered. Magenta maybe should have been a little bit more aggressive to take out the capital. Could have won out that way. By the way, the Sandgrade saying, thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. As mentioned beforehand, that shall be my last replay for tonight. Getting a little bit tired at the moment, didn't get much sleep last night. So everyone, thank you for watching, have a good evening, and get some good rest.